Hi Janos, here is the feedback on the question 5 that you did recently of the last question of the mock exam. I like your rhetorical question here. It's a good, intriguing header to draw the readers in. And I like your strong statement here that you said homework is one of the worst things to do in your free time as a student. It's a really powerful opening, and then I like the way you've gone on and told anecdotes about how you did your homework at the last minute when you were in school, which didn't give you the chance to revise or make the most of doing the homework. You then go on to completely contrast all that and say that homework does have value, which is quite interesting the way that you've changed there. You've gone on and said why you think it's useful. And it's a good point that whilst you're learning things that you don't necessarily need in life, it is stretching your brain and building up those connections within your brain. Misspelling here of easier. The good use of some of the persuasive techniques here, where you've got a survey and statistics. And again, more statistics down here. Just be careful that you use a survey was made at Cambridge, not just survey. And you've made a valid point here with your survey point. And I like the way that you go on to talk about the difference of doing homework as an adult, and the benefits that it can bring you and how you must make time. And I like you sum it up at the end with saying that the homework should be challenging and the student should be motivated. Slight misspelling there of motivated, but it should never be tough. I think that's a good point that you've made there. So if we look at the mark scheme for this question, so at the upper level 2 band, we've got some sustained attempt to match register to audience, some sustained attempt to match purpose. So I think you've done both of those. Conscious use of vocabulary with some use of linguistic devices. Again, I think you've done that. You've used some good vocabulary and you've used several of the linguistic devices. You've got the rhetorical question, you've got your survey, your statistics. And then if we look at organisation, some use of structural features. Well, it's paragraphed well, increasing variety of linked and relevant ideas. Everything flows and is linked together. Some use of paragraphs and some use of discourse markers. Well, as I said, you have paragraphed it. You've not really used any discourse markers, which are words like on the other hand and firstly, secondly, and finally, and so on. But we will have a look at using those over the next couple of weeks. So I think for the content and organisation, it's 12 out of the possible 24 marks. And had you used some of these discourse markers here, then I think it would definitely have tipped over into the level 3, because it's a good piece of writing. You register and purpose and match quite carefully. Your vocabulary is chosen for effect, and you have used linguistic devices. Structural features have been used, and it's engaging with a range of connected ideas. The only thing that stops it reaching that band 3 is a range of discourse markers. So well done. I really like this piece of writing. If we go on now and look at the technical mark scheme, I think we'll start off looking at the level 3 comments. And sentence demarcation is mostly secure and mostly accurate. Well, I think it is. I've no issues with your end of sentence punctuation there, and the range of punctuation is used mostly with success. Again, I've no issues with that. I notice you have used some semicolons. For example, there's one here where you're talking about I find homework valuable and it should be completed. In semicolon, it should not be overwhelming. So again, it avoids the comma spice and demonstrates that you can use a range of the high level punctuation, so that's good. Uses a variety of sentence forms for effect. Again, I think you do. There's a good complex sentence here where you've listed all the things that you need to build into your time schedule as an adult. You've linked them with commas, so times you go to school, time you have your lunch, time you meet your friends, play on the Xbox, and a certain time for your homework. So again, I think you've used a range. I think if you could add a simple short sentence which would add dramatic effect, that would again increase your marks a little bit. Mostly uses standard English appropriately with mostly controlled grammatical structures. There are a couple of grammatical errors which I have marked on your paper. It's mainly just missing articles and just slight errors which I don't think would detract too much from your grade anyway. And generally accurate spelling, including complex and irregular words. Again, just the odd spelling mistake which I have marked on, and increasingly sophisticated use of vocabulary. So overall, yeah, I think you've done really well with this piece of writing, and I would say it's 11 out of the possible 16 marks for this question. So well done. That gives you an overall score of 23 out of the 40 marks, which is a really good score at this stage in the course. So well done, keep up the good work, keep doing your homework, and I hope that it's not too tough for you.